Well, hello, darlings. This is April Mason here, your number one femininity and dating coach for the successful woman, and also the founder of the Teach Me How to Date VIP Academy. And y'all know what time it is. It is time for my Ready to Love review on episode 4, honey. Episode 4. So I watched it, honey. I know y'all, look, y'all can't wait. Y'all coming right on up in here. To talk about this here episode 4, baby. Hey. If you're watching the replay, y'all know I got to give everybody a shout out. Say hello to everybody. So just bear with me. You can fast forward because some of y'all like this microwave age. Y'all want me to get right to it. But I got to acknowledge my amazing Facebook and YouTube followers. If you have not subscribed to either one of my pages or my channel, make sure you go to April Mason TV and you subscribe, as well as make sure that you hit the link above, the button above, and hit the follow button and make sure that you follow me, darlings. Follow me and make sure your notifications are on. I know Facebook is having some issues. Some of you guys are saying, Miss April, why am I not getting your notifications? Y'all, I don't own Facebook, so I don't know what's going on. All I can tell you to do is just make sure that your notifications are on, and that on the page you go to, you hover over the button that says, hold on, let me check. It's a button that says get all or something like that. Hold on, let me make sure so I don't tell you no lies. It's the like button. Okay, no, it's the follow button. So if you're having a problem getting notifications, just go to the follow button up above, click see first, and click on highlight posts. You know, that's the only thing I can tell you to do at this point, because I don't know of what's what. So okay, so let's get right into it. So I'm not gonna be before you long, because y'all know I'm really not feeling this show right now. But I'm only doing this, for y'all. I'm only doing this for y'all. So I did watch episode 4. Ooh, child. Now, did I or did I not call it? What did I say? I said Aaron is making everybody feel special. Now, here's the thing. I will give Melinda a break just a little bit, because she said, wait a minute, how is it that you're telling me one thing and then now you're doing something else? I'll give her a break, because fellas, y'all got to stop doing that. Say what you mean what you say. Don't say one thing behind closed doors, because she had the receipt. She got on her phone and she just started going at it. All of this time we've been talking, all this stuff. So because he did not have the ability to be mature enough and say, hey, look, I'm not interested, or you coming on too strong, he led her to believe that it was all good. But what did I tell you about Aaron? I told you guys about Aaron for the first time. I said, Aaron is a brother that believes like this. When you make everybody special, nobody is special. I know the game. When you make everyone feel special, it doesn't put you in a position to choose anyone. And then also you have to remember he's 34 years old, so he is not as mature. So I will give Melinda a little itty bitty pass, because in my opinion, he did lead her to believe that it was more than what it really was. I will say that. However, she does not get a pass because she came on way too strong, and Aaron had not done anything to make her, from day one, she chose him. Yes, men chase, but women choose. But if wasn't nobody chasing, there's no reason for you to choose. So fellas, when you pursue us, we decide if that's what we want. And I always tell you guys, women control the sex, men control the commitment. It's just what it is. I don't make the rules. It's just, if you really look at it for what it is, you will see that's what it is. So as I watched this, it was like he had no ability to be honest. And I'm glad that Uncle Tommy made it very clear. No, you need to tell these women, you led them on. I like the fact that he had the opportunity to get with Stormy, because to me, Stormy is one of the most mature women on the show. She's the most open, in my opinion, on the show. She doesn't have this hard exterior. It's like you can tell based upon the things that she says that she's been doing her self-work. That's why I really liked her with the pastor. And I talked about that before. Some of you were like, no, no, no. How's she going to be the DJ and be with the pastor? That's not a match. And I had to explain my story a little bit. My ex was a pastor in a very high ranking position. And people didn't understand that, just because he the bishop don't mean that he don't like, when we go out, that he don't like the cleavage out in the short skirt and the high heels. Don't get it twisted. He's a man before he's a man of God. So that's why I like those two together, because I understood why they would mesh. So Aaron had an opportunity to talk with Stormy. Cool. Mike and Rita. I like the fact that Mike was able to pick up, wait a minute, she only 2 months out of this relationship. Okay, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm really ready to get with that, because she ain't all the way together. And she already said normally after 3 months they go back together, they come back, and they're on month 2. So Mike was smart enough to see that. Rita, I'm not believing that her self-esteem and confidence is actually where it needs to be, because she allowed him to have side chicks. So a woman that would do that says a lot about where you stand and the crumbs that you're willing to accept. Okay? So I think Rita needs to work more on her self-esteem. I heard that Dr. Lexi got engaged. I heard that somewhere I was listening to that. Hey, Patricia Love, darling. So I was feeling Mike and his decision. Now I like Mike and Shay together versus Mike and the other girl. I just like that vibe. I if I'm honest, I think Mike has a strong sexual attraction toward the girl with the longer hair. But I think with Shay, he genuinely actually likes her. Now, I don't know what this baby thing is going to come about. Shatava, okay. I think he has a strong sexual attraction toward her. But I listened to the conversation he had with her versus the conversation he has with Shay. But in one of the previews, it says Shay mentioned something about I don't know if she want to have a baby, and I know that's big for Mike. Like one of the reasons, it's so funny because when you get to a certain age and you've had children, you ain't interested in having no more children or raising no more children. That's just not what you're ready to do. So that's the thing. I think their only downfall will be if she does not want to have children. I think that'll be her only downfall. But I think he has more of a genuine attraction to who she is as a person, getting to know her on a deeper level. Shatava, I like her, but I think it's more physical with Mike with her. That's just my opinion. That's what what I see. Yeah, I like Mike too, Monica, because Mike seems to be a guy that knows what he wants. He's honest. And a lot of times women can't take honesty. They take it as, oh, he's just trying to play games. No, he's being honest with you. When he told Dr. Lexi, I think, I can't really see who you are. He did it in a very gentleman-like, gentle way to tell her, look, you're wearing too much makeup. Your face is orange. Your hair is blonde. And I ain't feeling that. But I love the way that he did it. And I think a lot of times when a man is honest with a woman, she gets offended. And it's like, you don't get offended. You look at it and what you say is this the person that I choose to be with? You don't get mad for someone for giving you their honest opinion, even though what they think of you might not be it. Now, you can say, you know what, maybe you got the wrong impression about me. Let me reintroduce myself to you, okay? Because I don't think if you got that from me, I may need to do a reintroduction. Hello, my name is, and you are, and you just do a reintroduction, and then you go into who you are. You got okay? So with that, I think that as women, we have to be okay with a man's honesty and not be upset with his honesty. Nope. Don't be getting offended. No, if you think, no, because if everybody's saying the same thing about you, there's something that you have to look at. Okay? And number 2, and I talked about this before. I just got finished teaching a class. And if you're not a part of my Teach Me How to Date VIP Academy, y'all missed a juicy class tonight. Y'all missed a real juicy class tonight. It's called Upgrade Your Style. How to be a more confident woman, how to be more of a confident woman and dress to attract high value men. It was real juicy tonight. So if y'all missed that, you missed it. But one of the things that I was discussing is, and I said this before, as women, we get offended when men say what they like, and we don't want to give them that. But men have mastered giving us what we like. That's why we fall for them. But we'll buck the system all the time. Because why he can't just accept this? Well, you wouldn't accept the fact that he wasn't a protector or especially a provider. They've mastered and they understand this is what attracts a woman. So if a man is telling you, that's why it's amazing, ladies, that when I look at my comment section and when I'm talking and the fellas are like, yeah, that's right, that's what we like, but y'all are still going back and forth, a wise woman will look at the comments and look at what the men are saying and adjust accordingly if that's what she wants. Men be on it. Okay? So, I think what some of the men on the show are doing are being honest. And some of the women can't accept the honesty. And sometimes, they don't always come across and use the right verbiage. But at least they're being honest. Aaron, I just think Aaron is used to women pursuing him. I think Aaron does not know how to communicate effectively to say, I'm not interested, because he ain't interested in Shantae. He know that. And I don't think that the show did Shantae justice. I think Shantae is a grown woman who desires a grown, mature man. And I don't think they did her any justice by the age range of men that they had on the show, because all of the men that stayed are in their 30s. But yet, a lot of the women are in their 40s. Because Alex is, 34? Mike is 39. And Aaron is 34. But yet you have Rita 41, Melinda 45, Shatava is 39, 40 or somewhere in there. Shay is 41. It didn't make sense to me. Tiffany is 41 and she feeling Alex, he's 34. So they really didn't give up, her much to choose from. Is that Shantae's about to blow up Aaron's spot. Yeah, I think she is too, based upon the preview that I saw. And I think she gonna let him have it. So with that, it's just I don't think that was a good mixture of men and women to choose. I don't think that Will Packard and them, Oprah and them did a good job in choosing the men. I don't think that they did. Not at all. I think Aaron is, he don't have to do much. You see, he came on the show lifting up his shirt. And women, I cannot blame Aaron for how he acts because he's been able to get away with it. And I always say, you can tell the type of women that a man is used to dealing with by how he tries to treat you. You can always tell. If he's not used to putting in effort, if he's not used to pursuing, if he's used to giving crumbs, that tells you what the women before him have accepted because he's made that his norm. So I think Aaron has potential. I think he just needs to learn how to be honest, to learn how to get out of that I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, especially when a thing is not a thing. And I think he needs to mature. Okay, that's really much what I have for this review because, like I said, Rita and Mike, no. I like Tiffany, but I think there's something somewhere going on. Anthony said, "Where's your man?" Anthony, remember this, baby. Just because you don't see pictures doesn't mean there's no one in the picture. Mason keeps her love life on private, but just because you don't see pictures don't mean there's nobody in the picture. Don't you always see a smile on my face? I'm just saying. So anyway, I just think that the show was not balanced out, I believe that they should have had some more mature men on the show, like Pastor Chris. He was definitely mature. He was definitely mature. But they didn't want him. They picked on superficial things to me. You know, that's what they did, in my opinion. Because everybody was telling, you know, talking about how Aaron seemed like a charmer and he seemed like ladies' man, but they kept passing him on through. But yet Darnell was gone. What's the other guy? Pastor Chris was gone. There's a couple of other ones, you know, were gone. So that's really all I have for the show. I like Ashley. She's young. I like her. But Stormy, to me, is the most mature out of the women. She's the most open. And to me, and I like that she's elevated in her thought process and her spirituality. I like that. But to be honest with you, and I said this from the episode 1 that I've watched and that I reviewed, that what we see here on this show gives you pretty much what dating in the A, you know, is like. You know, it gives you what it is. So, because there's no substance. There's nothing of substance that I see. You know, men that really don't have to put in work. We don't get to see what's behind the scene. But it's almost like the women are in competition with the men. And so the other night, a friend of mine, you know, he and I were sitting here watching the show together. And he said, wait, well, you know, everybody's in competition. I said, yeah, hon, everybody's in competition. But I'm not selling myself on anybody. You know, I'm not selling myself on anybody. True enough, when you're dating, you are in competition in a way that it shouldn't be. I'm about to show you. I'm about to beat over this next girl. No, you being who you are, you showing something different is how you secure the man or the woman. That's how you push everybody else to the side. Not by, oh, let me cook you a meal. Because she called Aaron and said, what you doing? When you going to come over here so I can cook for you? So 3 guys to 10 women, it's a competition. And see, I wouldn't view it as a competition. Because for me, I'm just going to be me. See, there's a thing, these women make it look like a competition. Okay, because when that's mine, that's my man. April Mason would never do that. I'm going to use my feminine energy and lure you over to me. That's it. I'm not fixing to sit here and do all that. So it's being aware that there's other women around that you have to choose from. If you're an attractive man, if you have your things together, if you seemingly, are eligible bachelor, I'm not going to sit back and not think that you don't have other. You're not. If you're attracted to me, that you're not attractive to other women. So I already know that. I'm not fixing to sit here and act like I don't know that already. Okay. Let's say, what about when Shatava invited Shay over for? Oh yeah. I love the way Shay handled that. Because the thing is, if I'm coming to do business with you, it ain't got nothing to do with no man. I'm not fixing to do that. If I wanted your business, I'm coming to do business with you. I'm not coming to talk about, well, you know, Mike gonna be mine. All Shay said was, we'll see. I'm here to see it to the end. I like her. She's doing what she's doing. She's not trying to, put it like this. Shay is the perfect example of what I mean by not putting yourself and seeming as though you're in a competition. You show up. I'm here for this show. Let's see if I get along with anyone. If I don't, let's see. But what I'm not going to do is, no, he mine. Oh no, he mine. Girl, that one mine. All the rest of them were doing that. Shay didn't do that. And I don't think Tiffany did it either. I don't remember. But there's a thing with knowing a thing. I know there's other women in here and they attracted to these men. I know that. But guess what I'm not going to do? That one, I'm not claiming nobody that ain't claiming me. My job is to sit there and be a feminine woman and let my femininity exude all up and through me. That's what my job is. To lean back, to draw you in with my feminine energy, not raising my hand. Yeah, he my girl. We gonna see, because that was what Courtney and Angel over. Was it Aaron? Grown women know. Yes, there's other beautiful women here. I'm here for a purpose. But what I'm not gonna do is sit here right now. That's mine. That's mine, honey. And they over here. And Courtney with the. Well, you know what? Aaron told me that this and that and the third. Child. People say whatever, and everything you said that he said about you had everything to do with the physical. It had nothing to do with what was in here. Okay, so grown women like Shay and Stormy, they get it. And I don't think I don't think Tiffany did it. But when the first show started, it's like, nah, that one mine. Melinda like, nope, that's mine. I'm keeping this eye out. They got to watch out for me and all this. You draw a man to you. You don't chase him. Put it like this. Y'all know baby Charlie, my grandson. Anytime I'm grabbing baby Charlie, wanting to kiss all on him, what he doing? When I'm reaching and I'm, come here. He running away from granny. But it's when I'm minding my own business. Here he come with his two little feet walking on over here. What you coming over here for, baby Charlie? And he, when I ain't paying him no mind, he vying for my attention. But as soon as I start chasing him, get over here and get granny a kiss. And I'm squeezing, I'm hugging on him, holding on tight. Anything that you hold on to is going to run. Tony said, how do a woman draw a man to her? Join and teach me how to date VIP Academy. I teach all of that in there. And inside of that academy, we've had 2 women engaged, 1 married, 1 just went in. Patricia Love, she's right here. She just went into premarital counseling with her boo. So I teach that, and I teach it very well. Because I'm teaching it from a feminine place. If you want to learn that, you can go to teachmehowtodate.com and invest in yourself and join. Because it's not just I can give it to you here. We talk about these things on a continual basis. So if I tell you one thing, you're going to say, well, how do I do that? Well, just join the academy, and everything that you know is there. Tara said she will upgrade your life in the academy. Believe that. Thank you so much, Tara. So if that's what you want, it's there available to you. You just got to be willing to invest in it yourself. And women to me that invest in themselves in every area of their life, they always come out more on top than other women. Miss Grant said, join VIP ladies. Had a beautiful masterclass today. You're missing it. Jennifer said, yes, she will. Thank you guys, ladies, so much. I just do my job. My God-given gift to you all is to show you how to be more of an asset woman, so you don't have to go out chasing a man. It says, you early with the review tonight. You must have a date tonight, Miss April. Get out my business. Crystal Moore says, you will get your whole dating life together in the VIP Academy. Like I tell you guys, I don't teach relationships. I teach the simple art of dating. And I would have loved to be co-host with Uncle Tommy on this show to help these women out, because no ma'am. I'm not liking what I'm seeing. And what really bothers me is I'm 43 years old, and some of the women on there in their 40s got us out there looking real thirsty, and that's not how we are. Because a lot of people think once you hit 40, you got to take what you can get. No, you don't. No. Tara says, I got April Mason playlists on my YouTube, and when me and my sisters drove down to Atlanta, I played it. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. But that's all I have for you guys tonight on that. Bottom line is, Melinda gave way too much too soon, and he really wasn't that into her, but he did not have enough gumption, as my grandfather would say, to say, hey, pump the brakes. Or I like you, but I don't know where it's at. He told her after he hyped her up, after he had been on the phone with her, after she had the opportunity to have all those doggone receipts. So I'm like, ooh, don't make us look bad, because just because, you 40 and over, baby, it don't mean you desperate. You can still pull. You can still pull. And please understand, get out of the mind frame of, well, these men our age want younger women. Mature men who are either divorced or never been married, especially the ones that are divorced and on their second half of their life, they don't want them young girls the way that you think they do. They want a youthful woman that they can relate to. So a lot of you, I see in my comments, you'll say, hey, Miss April, but these older men, these men 45, 50, they want these young women. No, they don't. I promise you, they'll go play around with them. Or maybe if they want children, they may. But other than that, please don't think because you're 40 and 50 that men in your age range don't want you. They want someone younger. No, ma'am. Mature men want a youthful woman, someone that keeps herself up, someone that is about her business. And he can relate to her. They don't want to be raising nobody else. They don't want to have conversations and then they don't know what, you talking about a different world. And she'd be like, what's a different world? What is that? Is that on Netflix? So ladies, don't get discouraged. That's why it really bothered me to see the women 40 and over on this show acting the way that they were with these young men, because you make it seem as though we don't have options. Yes, we do. And Mr. Coleman said, I don't need the problem with these young girls. Preach. I'm just saying, a lot of you, you really feel like because you're 40 and over that you got to take what's given and nobody will want you. No, honey, keep it right, keep it tight, baby. Keep your appearance up. Learn to be interdependent. Learn how to take off the CEO hat at the house after you leave your corporate job. You master those things. You don't have to worry about getting a date. That's the easy part. But it's only when you think from a lack mindset that you believe that men in your age range don't want you. That's not true. Them young ones is good to look at, but they're not trying to give them, help give them the wisdom that you have. They ain't trying to do that. Tony said, I wish more men were like you. I'm tired of granddaddies. Well, there are a lot of men like him, like Mr. Coleman. I promise you there are. But it's all about your mindset. So on the show, it was like having these 30-some-odd-year-old men was just not a good look, in my opinions. Wasn't a good look at all. But I'm just curious. I would love to know why they didn't have more 40-plus men on the show. And if they did, the ones that they did have, it was interesting that the women voted those guys off. Very interesting. So that's all I have for this week's show. I'm going to try to bear with it, y'all, and watch it next week. I'm trying to do this for you guys, but I really don't have to watch it anymore. I really don't. It just bothered me. It just bothered me, to be honest with you. So, yes, Robert, very surface show. One thing that one reason why I'm going to watch, because I did see in a clip that Alex told Tiffany, that's your problem. You too strong for your own good. And she said, no, I'm too strong for you. Now, that's the one that I'm interested in seeing, because you guys know how I feel about that whole strong woman type deal. And although we've had to be strong, it wasn't designed for us to be that way. Like I always tell you, when a man is a single father, and if you haven't read my book, Are You an Asset? 11 Keys to Being a Woman Who Brings More to the Table Than Her Appetite. You can go to Amazon to order it. I have a chapter on independence in here. And one of the things that I say in my close, I'll say this. Anytime a man has been left to raise his children on his own, you never hear him say, I'm mom and dad, so I have to be strong and feminine. He doesn't say that. Okay? What a man does is he just be what? a father. Somehow we believe that we had to be both. So when we say we strong, we say, well, we've had to be strong because we were put in a position to be that. Well, what happens to the man who's were left to raise his children alone? Who became his, his wife passed away and he had to raise the children. He never takes on the position of the woman. For whatever reason, we take on the position of the man of having to be strong, and then we complain about the position that we chose to take on. Just because we had to raise our children alone, it did not mean we had to take on masculine traits to do that. Something that I learned when my son was in the 11th grade and my other one was in the 9th. That's when I, as a woman, got in my feminine energy, and I realized, wow, I've been doing this all of this time, but my sons even noticed the difference. That, Mom, you're not yelling no more. You're not trying to do everything on more, all of those things. They noticed it, but I didn't get that understanding until my middle child was in 11th grade and my youngest was in the 9th. That's when I got that understanding. Wait a minute, April, all of this time you've been taking on the role of a man because you felt like you had to be strong and overcompensate. But when we look at the other way around, a man doesn't do that. He has female influences, whether it's his mom, his sister, female friends that come in and help influence, is what he does. So I'm interested in seeing that episode. When it comes to when he said, you're so strong, and she said, no, I'm too strong for you. I would love to see that because I felt her conviction on that. Okay? I felt it. And I'm like, I wonder what he was talking about. So I may watch it just so I can, see that part. But once again, a man that's had to do it alone, he never tries to take on the position of the feminine. He does what he can do, and he let those around him help him raise those girls. So we can no longer keep saying, well, I'm strong because I have to be. No, you're strong because you're choosing to be. You can be resilient and you can learn to be interdependent, but you're being strong in a more masculine way of, I have to take care of these kids, in a man way. But nobody told you to do that. And I'm guilty. I was guilty of it. I hate I learned so late. But doesn't matter when the light bulb comes on, as long as it does, darling. So love you. Mwah. Have a wonderful evening. And that's all I have to say about this week's show. Ladies, remember, if you have to sell someone on you, you always have to sell them on why they should keep you. Always stay in your feminine energy and lean back and let a man come to you and you reciprocate. You don't keep letting him come to you and you never reciprocate. No. When he pulls up and you're interested, you mirror what he does. But you don't overdo. Okay? You always stay a step behind him because you don't want to feel like you're the one pulling and trying to drag him like a mule to get the commitment. No, you want someone to voluntarily want to commit to you. And not because you sold them on the dinners that you cook and how, the tongue tricks and all that stuff you can do in the bedroom. But you want him to be sold on you for you being your authentic asset feminine self. Good night.